in love with you?
Now wait, we got to stay on the story here.
Can you please say hi to her really quick? Her name's Elizabeth.
Hello, Elizabeth.
I just wanted to know.
Hi, Elizabeth.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to know from the movies that I've seen recently of you, like Sweeney Todd, Harry Potter, of course, Love Actually, and now this one, you kind of play like mean characters. I was just wondering if you gravitate towards characters that are usually mean, or does it just happen coincidentally, or what's your inspiration behind that?
Not really. I could mention a few others that you haven't seen, and also, of course, I think you'll find that Harry Potter is a bit of an open case.
Come on, you guys.
Okay, we got a question.
All right.
Okay, I really liked your role in Love Actually.
Yes.
Can you further explain what happens in the ending scene with you and Emma Thompson? What happens? Because it wasn't really clear. Like, are you guys kind of going to be together, or in the movie?
Well, what do you think?
I thought they wanted to, really work it out, and Emma Thompson's expression was kind of like, when she, gave you a little peck on the cheek, and she kind of turned and was like, kind of looking a little bit hesitant. I was like, well, I really want them to be together and work it out.
Yeah.
You didn't need to ask the question.
Okay, we're going to stay on the story here. We're talking about this movie here. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
When you were writing the film, did you have in mind certain specific shots and with editing and cinematography, for example, towards the end when the mother came in with the red phone coat,
Right.
flashback shots, back and forth between Alan Rickman and...
Are you in the film school?
No, I
bummer.
don't.
So when Brian Greenberg, do you guys know Brian Greenberg? He's in October Road and some other movies. In the foreground and Mary's in the background. That's what's called a split diopter, and so the foreground's in focus and the background's in focus at the same time. And to answer your question about when you, my wife and I write together, and when we write a movie, we often think of how it's going to look on screen, because so much of telling a movie is how it's going to be played out visually. When you write a novel, let's say, you're writing it's all about the words, it's all about that. But when you write a movie, it's all about the images and the nuances of that, in addition to what the actors bring. But you want to bring something to it, otherwise there's no reason to do a movie, because it's a costly endeavor. Right?
Was that an answer?
Yeah. Okay, wait. Alan, would you like to answer that? Alan's a director, and he, in many ways probably a better director than I am. So he can probably answer that question better than me. Let's just say that.
Did you write Eli Michelson with this reason in mind?
We actually did, and Eli, we always hoped that he would do it, and we were fortunate enough that he said yes. But it's loosely based on my dad, actually, who was a professor at UCLA. He's no longer with us. He's since passed away. He was a biochemist, not chemistry, but biochemistry. And yeah, his lab is still here and stuff.
R.I.P.
And also, to be serious, you always, it seems a million miles away from what you thought you were doing. So it's a weird experience, as you can imagine. You hand yourself over to a script, and your imagination takes charge of what you're doing to a large extent, and then you're put in this position of sitting and watching yourself up on a screen. It's a kind of very unnatural experience, and so you're the worst judge. Actors probably should be banned. And in actual fact, I was involved in a movie once where the leading actor was banned from watching rushes. because it was becoming unhealthy for everybody.
Rushes is like when you see the work after the day that you
So
shot
that's
it.
the English word,
Yeah.
dailies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never watch them, and I watch movies that I know as little as possible afterwards.
Oh. Yeah.
I was wondering if you could discuss the evolution of the story just from the screenplay to the finished product, and how much control you've had over that.
Well, it's a completely independent movie. So for years, Jody, my wife, and I wrote the screenplay. We write. This screenplay took us quite a while. We actually outlined it for 6 months, and we wrote it quite a while ago. And for years, we had various deals on the movie, but we never actually gave it to a studio. We'd sold movies to other movies that we didn't care as much about. But this one we really felt near and dear to our heart, and we eventually figured out a way to put it together independently, and we did that. And then we premiered the movie at Tribeca about